Hi, I'm David Alemian, and welcome to another edition of the Alemian File. Physician turnover costs can range from $500,000 to over $1 million. That's a pretty wide range, but I'm going to give you a more accurate way to calculate the cost of physician turnover for your particular organization. First, we need to look at the factors that affect physician turnover costs. The biggest factor is lost revenue because physicians generate revenue for healthcare organizations. When a healthcare organization loses a physician, it also loses the revenue generated by that physician. As a result, the longer it takes to replace a physician, the greater the loss of revenue. The average amount of revenue generated by a physician is about $1 million per year. Some physicians generate a lot more revenue than others. The difference in revenue generated can depend on such factors as physician specialty, hours worked, and so on. Calculating the amount of revenue lost by a particular physician is simple math. 1. Determine the amount of monthly revenue generated by the physician who is left or is leaving the organization. 2. Multiply that number by the amount of months it takes to replace the physician. Other costs to include are agency recruiting fees, advertising, interview costs, signing bonuses, and moving expenses. Some of the costs on this list are easy to figure because they're simply line items such as $30,000 for a signing bonus or $10,000 for advertising costs. However, interview costs can include hidden costs that many organizations miss, such as travel costs for the candidate, airline tickets, car rental, hotels, and meals. Another hidden cost that is often overlooked is the number of hours spent by the organization's staff who interview the physician candidates. Let's say, for example, an organization interviews 5 candidates for one position. Just the interview costs alone that I've mentioned can add over $30,000 to the turnover cost of a single physician. And finally, you also want to include the first-year training costs for the new physician who comes on board. When you add all this up on a case-by-case basis, you'll have a much better idea of how much physician turnover is costing your organization. Want more information? Send an email to david@thealemianfile.com and ask for my free report. Just put report in the subject line and I'll send it to you right away. And visit my website, capitalcrestfinancialgroup.com, and absolutely make sure you come back here next week for another edition of the Alemian File. I'm David Alemian. Thank you for watching.